Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is August 28th, 2025. It is Thursday. So all the goals for the day are brush teeth, make a morning video log. Hello. Uh, have Ava up by 11. One of our friends has the day off, and we're going to be. Ava and I hung out with Yelena, and then Ava's going to be still hanging out with her. That's pretty cool. And then make recovery video logs, and then I wrote literally wake up dot 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 at dot 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 question mark. So I slept till like 3 last night. So woke up at 8:12, which is hilarious. And then goal to upload some video logs, organize laundry. I have a bin right there. He's organized. And then take a nap. I'm ready for the nap, so I'm gonna do that. But yeah. So woke up. I played some Roblox, some 99 Nights, and some Forge a Weapon. It was pretty cool. And then I was like, okay, I gotta find something to do. So I went and checked on the beans outside and picked some tomatoes, checked on the zucchini, checked on the watermelon, saw that there was 2 spicy peppers, a sweet pepper, and a bell pepper growing in the garden. That are pretty cool. And then, yeah, picked some beans, and then, what is it, opened up some pea pod beans so I could, get the beans out of there to plant next year. And then came upstairs, wrote the description for August 17th, made the recovery video log, and then hung out with Ava for a little while. She woke up, got her up by 11. And then my grandpa called me and was like, hey, I have a tent. And so my grandma had called me earlier and was like, hey, making sure you have a ride to Kate's wedding, yada yada. We have room in the Airbnb if you guys need it. And I was like, do you guys have a tent? That'd be cool. And she was like, no, we don't. So my grandpa called me and was like, hey, I do got one. Come over tomorrow morning at 10 and we'll put it together and see if it works for you. Get some air mattresses in there, yada yada, whatever, cool. Papa's go. Papa's super cool. And then I played some more Roblox, and then Ava and I hung out with Yelena till about 1:15. Hang plus restaurant with Yelena. And then make morning video log for now. This is pretty cool. So yeah, I still need to work on the video log for August 26th, 18th, and 19th, and then I'm all caught up. But yeah, me of last night worked on some recovery video logs. That was pretty cool with him. And then I try to work on recovery video logs during the day, but they're not easy to do during the day because it's so easy to get distracted. I was like, there's literally life going on out there, and I'm sitting here yapping to myself, so I'm like, I'm FOMO, dude. Let's go get stuff done. But yeah, that's pretty much been the whole day so far. I'm ready for that bed. I'm ready for that nap, so I'm gonna go take it now. And then yeah, I'll let you guys know in the evening. I work at 4, so that's pretty cool. And I will see y'all tonight. Peace.
One eternity later.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Today is the end of August 28th, 2025. It was a Thursday. I've had this on my wrist. You can see the indent. I meant to put my hair up and just never did. So, I was writing the whole description and everything. But yeah, it's been a really solid day. I made my morning video log pretty late. I didn't write down when I made it, but I know it was after we got back from the restaurant. So yeah, I'll just go over all the goals and events for the day. So goals: brush teeth, morning video log, get Ava up by 11. Our friend had our day off, and then we were hanging out with another friend of ours. That was pretty cool. And then I had a goal of making a recovery video log, or I was hoping I made a couple. I've only made one so far. I think I'll make one more after this if my voice doesn't get all tired and deep. And then we just wrote a goal to wake up at a time. So woke up around 8:12 this morning. Yeah, it's 9. Hoping to wake up at 9 tomorrow, so that'll be cool. And then had a goal to upload video logs, didn't do that. Needed to organize some laundry, didn't do that. Not that big of a deal, it's a small load. And then nap, did do that. So the only one I haven't done yet is brush my teeth. I'll do that after this. But yeah, woke up, played some Roblox. That was pretty fun. Did some work in the garden, picked beans and peeled them. I still need to go out and water them, but I'll get that. And then yeah, hung out with Ava for a bit. Talked to my grandpa on the phone. We hung out with Ava and Yelena. That was pretty cool. Went and got lunch. That was really fun. My grandpa called. We made plans to set up a tent tomorrow. And then when we got back, what did I do when I got back from... I made my morning video log. That's what I did when I got back. And then Yeah, I was wearing a purple shirt, I think. This was supposed to be my undershirt at work, but I grabbed the wrong shirt. So this is a medium, and at work I wear a small. So usually I try to have a small under a small, but it was like, this is a medium, and I had it under the small. So I was like sitting like, kind of feeling weird about it, whatever. But yeah, after I made my morning vlog, I went down for a nap. I was like slumped, dude. Absolutely slumped. I was so tired. And so Ava called me around like 3:30 and was like, hey, I'm outside. Get up and get ready. So got up, got ready, headed off to work. Work was super, super slow. I think I had like 4 tables the whole day. And Thursdays are usually pretty slow. But that's good. I dropped my pen. Thursdays are usually pretty slow. So I was just reading my book, Heretics of Dune. Bro, this book rocks. I love this book. It's 500 and so pages. I'm on page 140 after one shift. It is a banging book. So I have read. There's a lot of Dune books. Let me talk about Dune for a little while. There's a lot of Dune books. So the first book is Dune, and it's split up into 3 books, smaller books, obviously, and it's about Paul. If you've seen the movie, it's about Paul. The next one is Dune Messiah, also about Paul. At the end of the book, he has his kids. The next book is called Children of Dune. It's about his kids growing up and taking over his legacy, fulfilling the terrible purpose, right? The 4th book is called God Emperor of Dune, and it is what the terrible purpose was meant to be. Without trying to spoil anything, it is one of the best books. I really enjoyed God Emperor and Children of Dune. I thoroughly enjoyed both those books. Like, Dune Messiah had a couple really cool, like, moments, but Children of Dune and God Emperor of Dune, I was like... And I see all the same elements in Heretics of Dune, but this is 6,500 years after Paul's child died. So, God Emperor of Dune was about his son, Leto II. This is 6,500 years after he died, and they still talk about him, bro. Like, he made a big old ripple in human history, right? And it's such a good book so far. I'm only 150 pages in, and I'm literally just like, more. I can read more. But I really like Dune. But yeah, I'm so glad I got to read a lot of it at work. It was really slow. I ended up making like $40 or something, like something abysmal. And then, yeah, honestly, work was so uneventful. Kaz and Circa were there with me. We were goofing off the whole time. It was fun. And then, after work, I closed a little early, like 9:52 instead of 10 or something. Ava was already there, so she drove us home. We hung out for a while. She showed me a bunch of TikToks. Oh my gosh, bro. TikToks. And they were mildly entertaining. I will admit. They were mildly entertaining. Yeah, and then I checked on Roblox, and then was like, I need to make an evening video log and do another recovery. And I could probably organize my laundry, but I don't care to. I'm really tired, so... Yeah. I'm gonna set my alarm for tomorrow, actually, just real quick. I had a couple, like, good thoughts today. I should plug in my phone. I had a couple, like, good, sorry if that was loud as frick. I had a couple good thoughts today. So on the way to work, Ava was talking about, what was she talking about? Talking about something to do with... I made a joke about DEI. Oh, she was talking about, like, her religious beliefs, her spirituality beliefs. And I was like, yeah, the only thing she doesn't believe in is DEI. Like, the big joke in my family is, like, DEI is, like, the Red Scare. Like, everyone's up in arms about DEI. Whoa, DEI. So, if you don't know, DEI stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. It basically means if you have 2 candidates, one is black, one is white. The white one is slightly worse in most aspects or all aspects. You like them more, though. Like, you can't discriminate. Like, oh, maybe you like the black person more, maybe whatever, right? You can't go to that and go, okay, we need to hire the white guy. Although they're arguably worse by every metric, we need to hire the white guy because everyone else is white guys. Like, so DEI ended up being this Red Scare propaganda machine of like unequal opportunities for white people essentially, and it's like, oh my god, dude, whatever. So Ava was talking about that, and then like in earnest, and it was cool. It was a cool conversation to hear, and I was like, I think the only time that we are able to confidently and I would say justifiably give steps above like people in America is geopolitically, like strategically. And when it's like if we offer like say Chinese or Indian or Russians to come over to our colleges and study our stuff and stay here and get visas and like do those things, that's geopolitically sound. That's a good idea. That is a grand old time. It brings labor, it brings intelligence. We get to share intelligence with the world. Like it is a net positive for all parties involved. And the current administration is really fucking up a lot in that sense. Like there is no excuse for alienating people who come here on student visas, work visas, and contribute to our country, and then we treat them like second class citizens. That's not a geopolitically sound way to treat people. Like us doing that to foreigners is going to cause other countries to kind of see the writing on the wall and just go, hey, we'll house you guys. Come on over and go to college in come to college in China. We love foreigners. Come to college in Britain. We love foreigners. Come to college in France. We love foreigners. Like it opens the door to losing so much of that soft power. And I feel like this administration just does not get it. Like it is truly incompetent. And I can't even blame any of the individuals. They're all just doing what they're told. But they're telling each other to do the things that they all want to do. It's awful. It's awful. And it is so clearly ineffective in making America great in any way. Like the world view of America is on a sharp decline. And it will take years to build that back up in any meaningful way. Like we will have to wait a generation for people to start looking at America like with any respect again. And I really dislike that. So yeah, that was my daily thought about DEI. Like it's good in a lot of cases. I could not say DEI has been a negative in any way. There's a lot of things that go on that people want to blame on DEI. If someone is actually arguably better than another person, and the person who's worse at stuff is black, it does not matter. They're going to hire the person who's better. Like, that's just... We live in capitalism. It's a profit production-based society. There is no world where we're taking underqualified or unqualified or less qualified than other candidates and hiring them over the better candidates because of DEI. That is not realistic. Like, critically thinking, that could not happen. That makes no sense. We would always hire the better people. Like, it's so clear to me that DEI ends up just being this, like, oh, we're hiring the better people, and when they make mistakes, we're capitalizing on the fact that they're Indian. The other candidate, who was arguably worse by most measurable metrics, was white. This is clearly DEI. We're a victim of DEI. No. Think with your brain. Why would a company, for any purpose, hire someone who's worse by any metrics that they know is going to bring less profit? That doesn't make any sense. And I can't imagine a world where people actually believe that DEI is a genuine issue or concern. And the fact that people are willing to defend that it is a negative for society at all is insane to me. Because what DEI is in propaganda in media is better white candidate, worse black candidate gets hired. What it is in actuality is worse white candidate gets passed up and complains, better Indian candidate gets the job, better Chinese candidate, better black candidate gets the job. It is so ridiculous to me that people actually earnestly disagree with DEI in any way. It blows my mind. That was the daily thought for the day. I did want to say, nah, never mind. I think I'll make that video later. So, that'll be a surprise. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I just think, even if DEI has its flaws, like personal flaws, people are making flaws in the system, we can iron out the kinks, dude. Let's just call it meritocracy. Like, let's just call it skill-based matchmaking. Like, whatever you want to call it. Having people who are actually more qualified. Like, everyone in the hiring process is qualified to do this. Those who are more qualified getting the jobs is just capitalism. That's just the world, bro. Like, I don't know why DEI would ever be an issue. And I don't think that people are going to have a pariah to latch onto and scream at once DEI is gone and they start hiring more inexperienced, less skilled white people. And I hate to make it about race. It's not always just about race. It's about gender, ethnicity, sexuality, class. We can just call it class. We can just call it class. It's about making sure that the best candidate gets hired. And now that we're at a point where we're able to hire worse candidates for not the sake of inclusion, because we more culturally align with them, maybe classically, maybe racially, maybe genderly, maybe sexual preferentially, however it is, we are now, as a country, federally allowing people to be hired without any, with discrimination, I should say. And it blows my mind that people are cool with that. I think in a globalized society that just doesn't make any damn sense. So, yeah, I hope that rambling made sense. If you started leaving a comment while I was still talking about race, I got to the inclusion part. Okay, we got there. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.